Hello Aquarius, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Jen with Bohemian Path Tarot, and it's time for December readings. This month I've got the Curious Travels Tarot, and as always we're just going to do general readings, so we'll talk about whatever comes up. And of course it's not the same as a one-to-one reading. I'll provide a few options or scenarios for how the cards might express themselves or show up for different Aquarians. So take it as it resonates. Some months it might feel like a personal reading. Some months there's just a nugget or two that clicks. And some months maybe not so much. So I invite you to check out the videos for all your big placements, your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign. And, don't be afraid of the sort of heads up advice. Sometimes we get practical guidance. It's not all rainbows. But do remember, the cards do not compel. You have free will and discernment, so claim what resonates and leave the rest. That said, I'm going to go ahead and give the deck a really good shuffle for you. And if you've been here before, you know I like to fast forward over the shuffling part. So I will catch up with you as I'll catch up with you as I'm about to lay out the cards. Okay, Aquarius, let's see what we've got. Strength, the Five of Cups, the Tower, and the Ten of Swords. Well, now don't panic. If you're a fan of the tarot, you know that some of these cards are traditionally not super pleasant. But what we see in this reading is cards of endings and beginnings. And for December, the end of a year, it makes perfect sense that we're looking at endings and beginnings, right? So let's go through these card by card and put it all together here. So with the Ten of Swords, we have, and the artwork in this one is always kind of depressing when you focus on the central character. It looks like someone who's gone through an unpleasant experience. But in the traditional artwork of the Ten of Swords, or at least Rider-Waite-Smith versions of the card, there's always a dawn in this card, as well as this unpleasant situation. So we've got this ending and the dawn of a new day, ending and beginning, right? So we've got validation here that maybe something unpleasant has gone on, but there's also validation in that it's over. So whatever needed to end, or whatever you're closing up, whatever unpleasant cycle you're closing off, is gone, done, and you're putting the final touches on the final end, and it is moving out of your life. Good riddance. You do not need it anymore, and you are ready for something new altogether, right? A fresh start, a fresh chapter that you get to write, that you get to be in control of, that you get to, untainted, all new and fresh for you to write in. So that's what this particular reading is all about. The complete closing of one cycle and the fresh, bright, brand new, clean, new cycle that's dawning. And over here we have the Strength card, which is a beautiful card about, your instinct to be graceful in this time of transition, to trust your own instinct, to have compassion for yourself, to hold your head up high as you're making these changes to honor your own truth, to show the very best of yourself, to show your talents, to show your the strength in the vulnerability as you move on. In the Strength card, let me show you this version, because there's just such power in this card, right? In this particular artist's depiction, the lion is holding the human, but in many versions of this card, the human is gently holding the lion. It's supposed to symbolize, being able to walk in tandem with your sort of instinct, or with maybe being able to tame your lesser instincts, being in control of yourself, no matter the circumstances, being able to walk with grace no matter the circumstances. And in this, your sort of animal nature or your lesser instincts do not overwhelm you. You're able to walk with, or they're able to hold you with gentleness. So it shows compassion for yourself. It's suggesting not denying the truth of this moment, the truth of yourself, the truth of your needs, the truth of where you come from and where you're going, right? In the Five of Cups, we have a figure who is processing this transition. They are aware of 3 cups. You see, let's see, I'll hold this up closer. Usually in the artwork of the Five of Cups, there are spilled cups and there are cups that are upright, where, liquid or, something still remains. So the inherent advice in the Five of Cups is, even if there is some kind of a loss here, there is still something that remains to build on. So, don't forget that there is something here that you can still take with you, or still something to drink from. You're not completely, rebuilding from scratch, or even if you have to leave something behind, you still have some core of something that you're taking with you. And the Tower reminds us that whatever falls away was faulty, was broken, was unstable. The tower that falls was, built on a foundation that was shaky or could not stand, or it was too old and it could no longer be fortified. Sometimes when a building is so old, and maybe at one point it served its purpose and was safe and a safe structure, but over time it withstands many storms and wars, and it gets worn down, and you can only repair it so long before the structure just cannot be repaired anymore, and it needs to come down. And that's what's happened to this particular tower. But what comes after the tower is, in the tarot, of course, is the star moment. So after the dust settles, what happens in the tarot is the illumination of the entire universe. The dust settles and you get to see a clear sky and the night sky, and you see the big bright star, and there's the hope and the healing and the calm and the clarity. So it's hard to leave it on that note. So I just want to give the bottom of the deck a quick peek. Oh, that's much better. So it's hard to leave on that note, right? So we'll give this a bonus pull. And what we have here is the Queen of Wands. Now the Queen of Wands is actually related to the Strength card. These are both Leo cards. These are cards of, you can even see the Queen of Wands here has a kitty in her lap. Now, if you have Leo, a strong Leo placement in your chart, this may really reverberate with you. But what this really points to is a feeling of, even though there's this loss and this ending and this, tower coming down, this could literally mean, a job ending, or a relationship ending, or a life milestone, like menopause. It could be more metaphorical than that. But however this, this sort of ending, or this transition of this thing that no longer serves or has run its course, there is still this sense, which is echoed. This is, the same energy here. You will be feeling empowered. You don't lose yourself in this. You gain yourself in this transition. This ending is about reclaiming you, reclaiming your power, empowering yourself. And this queen is typically charming, sexy, a leader. She's noticed when she comes into the room. People want to know her. People want to be her. So I just had to validate that after these cards that seem negative, but they're about reclaiming your power, the truth of your power. So Aquarius, I hope that's helpful. Don't forget to check out your other placements. If this has been inspiring, I invite you to like or share or subscribe. In any case, thank you so much for stopping by. Until next time, take good care. Bye for now.